talk about making a wildlife film, there is nothing that can be compared to a wildlife film, because the film process is not something that you can prepare yourself for. It's not something that you can go out there and say, expecting this and this animal. So you go out wild and dark, not knowing a single thing. When you go out to shoot a film, you always have a script, you write down everything that you expect and the lighting and all that. But making a wildlife film is kind of different. You can't write down a script because you don't know what is going to happen the next minute. So this is how I like to see it. For me, I like to first tune myself into the wild. So I will go online, find some lo-fi music and just tune myself to listening to lo-fi music so that my mind can relax and open up that creative process. I have this app that is called Milanote. Milanote is what I use to write down my notes, even when I'm in the wild. As long as I have it on my phone and on my laptop, I can just write down the notes of what I want to, the scene that I want to capture, and also the kind of music that I was listening to and how I want the editing process to be like. Secondly, I just try and do a ton of research on the area that I'm going. So if I'm going to the Savo East National Park, I will actually try and find more information about where to find the lions, where to find the cheetahs, and then there's this group that I'm in, a Facebook group that people share information, like people share information of what they saw or what they are seeing in different national parks in Kenya. So these groups are what helped me to know what to expect. But you don't go with the expectation that I'm going to find a lion the same spot where someone else said they saw it yesterday. Then thirdly, I just check on the weather report. Sometimes when it rains, you have a best shot, and sometimes when it doesn't rain, you have the best shot. So it's up to the preference. Like sometimes when it rains, you might find maybe the wildlife are hiding under trees, and when it doesn't rain, you might not see wildlife. So sometimes it's just going out there and have a huge expectation to find something, and if you don't find something, it's well and good, it's worth the trip. So for me, I always plan knowing that maybe I wouldn't get to see something, but I always have a backup plan, and my backup plan is also visiting a place that I can show or I can see before, if I don't see the wildlife. So if I was to travel to, let's say, Mzima Springs, so I understand that the spring is there, it's still there, it's not moving. So that is my backup plan. I'm going to Mzima Springs, but I expect to see the wildlife. If I don't see the wildlife, then the spring is there, and the Shetani lava and all that. So that, like, I always have a backup plan. Like, I'm not just going there not to see something. I always, and my backup plan is also like always like try and see something.